the first thing you want to do is you want to go into Google Drive, making sure you are signed in, and you go to New, and you want to create a Google Sheet. And you're going to name the sheet whatever you want. Maybe it will be Stanley Locations. Seems like a good name. And then you're going to have a name category, and you're going to have a city location category, and you're going to have places. So maybe place 1, place 2, place 3 that the Stanley visited within those cities. Maybe they sent it to a grandparent. So let's say Jane sent it to a grandparent who lived in San Diego. So the city is San Diego. And then the place they send it within that is the zoo, and Balboa, and Coronado. Okay, and maybe Tom sent it to someone in St. Louis, and it went to the Arch, went to the brewery. That's great. Grandparents influence your kid like that. And it went, what else is in St. It went to Busch Stadium. And you could have many kids. You could have Kevin sent his to Seattle. And Seattle, there's that, I don't know what the place where they throw fish at you, like pike fish. They went to Mariners Stadium. Don't know the name of it. And I'm not going to take forever. Let's do one more. And it's Mariners Stadium. They went to, but after that they went to, I don't know, Stinking Museum. So there's 3 kids. You would of course fill however many students you have in all their places. So that's pretty cool. Now if I go back to Drive, I will be able to see, I should see Stanley Locations, but I don't. I will worry about that later because I don't have time to investigate that right now. But I have Stanley Locations, so I'm going to go to, I'll open up a new window here, browser, maps.google.com. And so then within Maps, if I go here, I can go to My Maps, and I already have a flat Stanley, but I'm going to create map. Untitled map. I'm going to create Stan the Man map. I save it. Now I'm going to have this untitled layer. I'm going to put where the Stanleys went. I save that. Now I can go to import, and I'm going to go in my Google Drive. And here's Stanley Locations right here. So to review, I went to import, I went to Google Drive, and now I'm going to Stanley Locations. I select Stanley Locations, and it's going to ask me, it says choose the columns to position. Now I made your place marks. I made those different categories. So the column that's going to tell the map for it to put my place marks is the city. Okay, And so I click city and I continue. Now it says pick a column to use as the title for the place marks. So I'm going to have the name of the person be the title so I can see Kevin and his city and Jane and her city. And I click finish. And now what it's going to do is going to generate those locations for me on my map. So here's my San Diego here, and I click on it and it gives me information. It gives me San Diego, that the person who sent their Stanley there was Jane. The cities of San Diego, the zoo, Balboa, Coronado. Now what's cool is if they take digital pictures and submit those, you can add those in there, which would be cool, so that you could then look at those pictures. But if you don't have to do that, but you could if you wanted. And then up here we have Kevin, who went to the places I made up, and over here you have Tom, and then you can see the places. But if you had a full class of 20-some kids, the kids can get an easy view of all the places in the United States that their flat Stanleys had traveled to, which would be very cool. And then, I mean, you could leave it at that, which is great for geography to show different cities and where they are in the U.S. And you can zoom in, you can do street view, you can play with it at that, or you can get really creative. You could add images, you could add videos, you could go crazy doing a lot of different things with it. And within maps, you can also measure the distances between two cities where Stanleys went. You can pick your city and wherever you may be, and draw lines to the different cities the Stanleys went, and get measurements that way too. So it just gives you a lot of neat tools that you can do with that. I'm going in 5th grade, I'm going to do the same thing, but we're going to be doing it with state capitals, placing different capitals and having pictures and things like that. So there's a lot of different things you can do with Google Sheets and incorporating it into Google Maps. So to do that again, I add a layer, you just import, do that, and to get here, I just went into maps.google.com. my maps, and then I imported that sheet into this. So that's how you can do a flat Stanley project or a state capital project or a California mission project using Google Maps and Google Sheets.